we got Ron here, and what I'm doing is I never jump directly into pressing, especially with a top level bodybuilder or somebody with a large amount of muscle. I really believe that you can damage the person by getting into pressing too fast. So just doing some shoulder cover exercises here, just trying to get things warmed up here and doing some flies. So 9 times out of 10, I will always start with a fly movement. It's very rare I will go right into a pressing movement.
So here we are on chest days with a little bit of back. First exercise, getting a little bit of pec deck action. So we got this Prime Fitness machine here, and I'm noticing right now it feels a lot different than a traditional one. It actually feels a lot more like a real dumbbell. At different points of the exercise, I feel it heavier. I kind of got to stabilize it a little bit more. So it's kind of pros and cons. Sometimes the advantages of using a machine is that you get constant and consistent tension throughout the whole exercise, but at the same time, it doesn't force some of those smaller muscles to work and stabilize what you're doing. So it's pros and cons to both, you know. So it's kind of good now to kind of break it up and use a different pec deck machine. So I'm feeling it right now. So we're going through the pec deck right now. What we like to do is pre-exhaust the muscles. And what I've learned through training with Psycho is that what I typically thought was pre-exhausting the muscles, I was really just warming up. We're really tapping into those fibers and exhausting things. So on this next set, just like we did on the previous set, we're gonna have 10 traditional reps, followed by 10-second holds. Repeat that process, and then we're gonna drop down to 5 seconds and 5 reps. So I don't know how many reps that is. I guess it's 25 reps with about 25 seconds worth of holding it in between. So it's really designed to, like I said, pre-exhaust the muscles, and it does the trick. So there are 2 different ways to shock the muscle into growth. Obviously, the tried and true heavyweights, and then you have time under tension. We like to use both. Not throughout the course of a workout, but throughout the course of one set, use extremely heavy weight with time under tension, and that really forces growth. It's a very intense experience.
Okay, now we're going into some static holds on the pec deck machine here. I like to, like I said before, I like to pre-exhaust muscles, but a shaping movement before I get into actually building, because my concept or my thought process is, it doesn't matter just how big the muscle is. It matters if the muscle is shaped and big. It's a matter if the muscle is hard, dense, and big. Not just big for the sake of big.
That one really took me for a ride there. So towards the end, all of the blow was in the muscle, and the point of contraction changed. So earlier in the set, I was able to contract here. So don't think that because you're not fully completing the rep that the muscle isn't still contracting, because I was hitting the fucking maximum contraction way back here, plus a very nasty stretch. So that was a great set. Okay, so we're done with the first exercise, which was pec deck. I'm really pumped and warmed up, and everything's feeling good. Chris kind of gave me a game plan going forward. Next, we're gonna go with a little decline action with this beast. I don't know what it's called or whatever, but it's a very, very deceptive machine. The calibration is pretty close to real weight. So if you put 245s on here, it's gonna feel like 245s. The cool thing about it is not only can you adjust the angle, but you can actually adjust the point at which it's coming down on your chest. So it's pretty cool. And, excuse me, a little bit going there. So we're gonna get started here. We're gonna hit the decline and just touch up the bottom of the chest a little bit. That was the first set with extremely lightweight. However, what you'll find is that when you truly pre-exhaust the muscle, like every set you do for the rest of the workout, every rep counts, because my chest is working, it's fighting right now. And if you don't work a lot of decline with regards to the chest, the contraction is a lot different. And science or whatever says you actually can recruit more fibers. But be that as it may, it's a much more intense contraction because the range of motion actually increases. At least that's how I feel.
All right, well, we have this decline press machine here. This is an Italian machine. It was invented by Rudy Panada. Hope I'm saying that right. And I like this machine because it goes into a V configuration at the top, so it forces you to contract. What I don't like about the machine is almost impossible to spot somebody on this machine without actually putting your scrotum in his face. So, good machine. I use this also for warming up, building up into the heavier movements.
One, two, down. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 10. Hold it. We're back to flies now. This is more of a hammer strength, plate loaded fly. After we've done decline, after we did pec deck. So now we're really trying to talk directly to the pecs and the pecs only. Pre-exhaustion is over with. We've had our first taste of some heavy weight. So now we're just trying to grind in and really dig out those fibers that's kind of hiding back there that we haven't tapped into yet. So it's getting pretty fun. 1, 2.
Now, I do a lot of fly movements when building the chest. Like I do believe that a shaped chest is the best. You know, if the chest is just big for the sake of size, to me it's not very aesthetic. It's not, and it just makes your shoulders look small, makes your arms look small. It's just really, so Ron has a really great chest, and I'm just really trying to like shape it. I'm not trying to get his chest bigger, much bigger than what it is. So you'll see me do a lot of fly movements with him.
So my chest is fully engorged right now. It's obviously difficult to tell because I wear layered clothing and it's black, so black has a slimming effect. But I'm really pumped right now. I realize I'm on the downward end of my strength at this point in the workout, so it really becomes a mental game. Let's go. We just finished a pretty spicy set. We're continuing the theme that we started with. Heavyweight, but we're not just throwing it. It's a very quick 1 to 2 second contraction at the top of the movement. So although I'm giving it everything I got to get the weight up, I still have to use my mind and focus to get that last little squeeze at the very end. So the mind is still working, the body's still working, and my chest is still working. We just finished some more flies on a plate loaded machine. That last couple sets took a lot out of me to the point to where my biceps actually started working, which is not good because I got to train biceps right after chest. And when we have a mixed body part split, we don't like do 50% workout chest, 50% workout biceps. We go through a whole chest workout and we go through a whole bicep workout like I came in fresh out the parking lot. So the fact that my biceps are starting to work already, it's not a good thing. What Chris was doing was adjusting the seat. Like I said before, it's very similar to the decline press. You can adjust the angle and you can also adjust the actual horizontal endpoint of your contraction. So if he pushes this thing all the way back, technically you can bring it down to my navel, but we're gonna be hitting the upper chest, so it's gonna be somewhere in this region. First set.
Okay, now we're going back to another Rudy Panada machine. Now this you can also use this as shoulder press. Well, I really like this one because you can really adjust it exactly where you want it. And what you see me doing here with mine I'm keeping the tension on him, and I keep touching the actual upper part of his front delt and his upper chest. To just keep him mindful of what he's doing here. That he's not just pushing the weight. He's not just trying to get a big chest. Right now, we're trying to get a complete upper chest.
So right now, mentally, I'm still in the fight. Like I said, diminishing returns on strength. It's not a big deal. Right now, I'm in the mentality where if I'm training myself, I have to kind of have a out-of-body experience and basically not feel sorry for my body at this point. I have to continue to ignore it while still being able to focus on my muscle. You don't want to just tune out and not contract anymore. So it's literally all mental. And plus, you know, I'm not gonna see Chris like I usually do on Saturday. So mentally, I'm really trying to empty the tank because it might suck right now, but then come Saturday, when I don't have my experience lined up, I'm gonna be like, damn, you know what? Maybe I could have gave a little bit more on Wednesday, you know?
Now we're getting into the free weight aspect of the training. Now, don't have much weight on here, and I don't want much weight on here. I don't want Ron inclining 405 pounds or 502 pounds. I don't want that. What I want to do, I want to get the most effect with the lightest amount of weight. Now, it is possible to enter yourself with lightweight, but it's harder. It's harder to hinder yourself with lighter weight. Anything like this. Now, what he's doing, he's getting bigger, he's getting stronger, and I keep boxing him in. I don't want him pushing heavy weight just so we can say he bench pressed 500 pounds. I don't care about that. I just care if he looks like he benched 500 pounds.
I'm working through the pain, I'm working through the pump. And obviously you guys are watching the video. This is gonna be edited and all that kind of good stuff. What you guys don't realize is that we train at a very, very fast pace, especially for a lot of big guys. So that's an added component. A lot of guys train for success with regards to the exercise, but they don't train to stress out their muscle. You know, if I did a set and took 5 minutes and text somebody, had a drink, exactly, time to go. I literally feel like I got a neck pillow turned the opposite direction. So I can literally just sit my chin on my chest.
Okay, I'm enjoying the things coming together with the house. We have redwood here, and we stained it a dark color, which is kind of like, unorthodox. People don't really stain redwood a dark color, but you know, those kind of things I do. The project is really dragging on. I try to do a lot of things for you guys to give you guys a really good video series. I'm always doing a project, but I'm not normally doing two cars and one home and trying to get in shape all at the same time. So I did spread myself very thin. Sorry for videos that they're not up to par. You know, I'm shooting these myself, but you know, things will get better because the house is almost done, you know, and the cars are done, so things get better with the video series. All right, so I got the fence in, as you can see. Fence, this pillar. This is gonna be tiled. A light illuminating down for the electrical right here. Gonna have some small plants, rocks, and some type of plants through here. Nothing to cover the wood. I want the wood to show, but it's like it's coming together. Gonna have to stain this one more time and then seal it with like a clear coat, but it's coming together. And this is what I really was excited about. This is on the porch. Going to add a chandelier here, change this light to match the chandelier, and also the lights on the house. This is the chandelier I bought. I want it not too big, not too small. Yeah.
están buenas para hacer estacos.
Here. And I think I want to do like an amber light in here. So it's coming together. Really excited. It's kind of dragging on because I have so many other things going on, but it's coming together, so I'm really happy about it. All right, thank you.